It's time for She Said, She Said. It's like The View, but good. And the only show on the computer where you get to talk about your opinions through us, but we say it and better. With your hosts, the always delightful Laura Honey, the incomparable Gloria Lopez Candle, and to keep things fresh, a mystery guest host. Who could it be? It's time for She Said, She Said. On today's show, we've got all kinds of spicy subjects for the gals to get into. And after that, hard-hitting interviews with premier celebs you're not going to want to miss. It's all coming up on She Said, She Said. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to The View. I'm sorry, not The View. Keep getting those lawsuit letters and it's getting into my head.
You have to be careful.
I have to be so careful. I mean, I got a lawyer and it was very expensive, so I'd like to use him. But at the same time, I would prefer not to be sued again. I'm Gloria Lopez Candle, and this is She Said, She Said.
She said, she said. I'm Laura Honey.
And we have a guest host today. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh, it would be my absolute pleasure. My name is Beverly Peppers. She said, she said.
Wonderful. It's so great to have you. We love having on a guest host to just keep things fresh with us. I feel like we get tired of each other sometimes and then we get mean to each other. But if somebody else is here, it's like when you have a guest over for Christmas or for Thanksgiving and you're extra polite. That's my feeling.
It's like, well, yes, it's like when I have friends over and me and my husband are fighting, like it's a perfect way to make me and my husband stop fighting.
You can't fight with a husband when a guest is there. It's just rude.
You absolutely can't. I grew up with that and I do not want anyone else to go through that and my children to go through that. Absolutely not.
You know, it's like I used to be a public school bus driver and it's like when I used to yell at the children, but I wouldn't when there was a teacher present.
That's exactly the same thing.
Similar.
That's exactly the same thing.
Very similar.
We're all on the same page as far as fighting in public is concerned.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
This is our 500th show now that we're doing? I feel like
531st.
531st. So that's an anniversary, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I left a gift in your dressing room, Laura.
Me? Oh, you didn't.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Am I? What?
Describe it to us. What is it?
Okay, well, guess. I hope you guys can guess. It's small. Okay, that's where we're starting. It's small.
Is it a guinea pig?
It's not a guinea pig. It's not a guinea pig, but it's close. It's made of stone. And it's so hot if you touch it. It's so hot it will burn you. So small,
like as if we're playing hot potato, like I do with my kids, or is it just like actually hot?
It's really hot. If you burn it, you'll turn to ash completely inside.
I think I know what it is.
What is it? What do you think? Tell me.
Is it this adapter?
It is that adapter. I got you an adapter, and I used it a lot before I took it to your home. So it's so hot. It'll burn you right up.
Yeah.
Beverly, have you used an adapter?
An adapter? Absolutely. I have used an adapter. In fact, how I've got my setup right now is I've got one of those little adapter dongles plugged right in so I can use an older charging device.
Oh, okay.
It gets very hot. So I also caution you against touching it. I'm actually shocked you used your bare hands to touch that because mine is hot to the touch. I can't. I have to put on special gloves to remove it.
Yeah. Well, I think, Laura, you had that surgery on your hands, right? It's like you don't feel and they don't age.
Yes, actually I did. I got it on my hands. I still feel like a phantom burn. That's what's really weird. Like a phantom, you know, when you lose your limb or like you can still feel it. But yes, I did get the procedure to make sure that nothing on my hands or my arms or anything on my torso could ever be hurt.
That's great. That's so great. That'll just alleviate healthcare, I feel like. That's what they should put into the government, I think.
I think so too. It's a little expensive. You have to have very good insurance. But my husband is a lawyer, so.
Oh, I used to be a lawyer.
Oh, You used to be a lawyer. I don't think I knew that.
I used to be a lawyer. I actually have the record for how many times I was disbarred. But I was a lawyer several years for several times, several different occasions. I started a career.
You were disbarred.
I was disbarred several times. Because I just get really invested in defending the little guy. So sometimes I'll make up a crime for them to be not guilty of, and then defend them. It's just really convoluted, and the state frowns on it.
Did you ever have a lawsuit involving the public school system?
I did. If I'm recalling correctly, you were on a lawsuit, and I apologize for that now.
Yes. Okay. So you do remember. Yes.
I do remember. And I hope inviting you on this show will kind of, that's my culpa. I'm so sorry for dragging you through that first, 15 years or so?
It was a long lawsuit. Basically, to sum up for you, Laura, I was basically teaching illegally children on my school buses. And I wasn't driving them, in fact, to school. I would just corral them on the bus, and then I would close the door and refuse to open it. Mm-hmm. And I would teach children on my school bus. And well, lo and behold, the school district didn't like that very much. And
they really came down hard on you. I thought it was unfair, but
Well, you were harsh. You were harsh. Mm-hmm. And in fact, I didn't know if you caught my little razzing joke saying, "Oh, I don't think I knew you were a lawyer."
Oh, now I get it. Okay. Yes.
Of course,
this is so juicy. This reminds me of when I was on that TV show, Sunset Beach. You probably remember it from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I was a reality star.
Mm-hmm. It was a star? Because I thought it was like a small meteorite from it or something, like a chopped off.
I don't recognize you from it. And I was a devout watcher, but I don't recognize you from it.
Okay. Then I guess maybe you guys are like not thinking of the same show, because I was like on it a lot. And it was an iconic show. So it's like embarrassing you be getting it wrong. But
did you have sort of a catchphrase, like not the mama or something like that? Like just a catchphrase? Like a not the mama, or I don't think so, Tim.
Not the mama is the classic one.
It's a classic catchphrase.
We were hot high schoolers, so no one was talking about their mama. Unless it was about no drama. Give the drama to your mama. Like how I said.
That was your catchphrase, give the drama to your mama? Because I think it's actually like save the drama for your mama, right, Beverly?
No, that is correct. Like I said, I was a devout watcher, and yet I do not recall you at all.
You two are considerably older than I am, so it's possible that you might just not remember exactly correctly.
No, I feel like I watch a lot of TV, and I remember pretty much everything from every TV show that I've ever watched. But I
can recall almost every child's name that I drove to school on that bus. So I have a great memory, in fact.
Yeah. We set records with our memory.
Yes.
Well, it's fine, because you know what? I'm putting it behind me. I'm putting this show behind me. I am so sick of people asking me questions about Sunset Beach.
Oh, that's good that you're going past it. Great.
Yes, I'd like to talk more about my clothing line whenever we have the chance. But we do have a show to get to, ladies.
We do indeed have a show to get to. I guess we could just go ahead and get into it, right? We've got so many hot topics to talk about. I'm sorry I said hot topics again. I have
goodness, Gloria.
This lawsuit. Really
you are going to get us into so much trouble. It's going to be as almost as much trouble as I got into when I went onto Madison's spinoff reality show 5 years after Sunset Beach. And they were like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Bitch, this is my show."
So like the security guards wouldn't even let you on because they didn't recognize you? That's so sad.
They recognized me. Oh my God. They were just like, "You're too big of a star. We can't have you on set right now. It's going to make everybody else feel uncomfortable."
Well, this is just too strange, because I also binge watched that, and I can't place you at all. You do not look recognizable to me. I just don't know where you came from, to be honest.
Well, the we should probably get into these spicy subjects, huh? Since your memories are so bad right now.
All right. Well, it sounds like you maybe were on a passing moment on a show, Titanic, if you will, on a show. Okay. So first up, there's a new study that finds that 80% of schools are subconsciously not teaching girls about the number 7. How do we feel about that? Do we think that's an accurate study? I feel like that's totally possible.
I think it's certainly an accurate study because it had percentages in it. Mm-hmm. And so therefore, I think that is a real study. I mean, why else would there be a percentage?
Right. Nobody can just come in and assign a number. That's against the law. I know that from my lawyering days.
That's right.
And look, and honestly, I believe it. I believe it too. Because when I think back to my schooling and my high school experience, if I was not taught the number 7, or like, I don't think I was taught the number 7 because I had to gain all of my success from being on Sunset Beach. Like I had to gain all of this clout to become the enormous success that I am. But a lot of my friends who auditioned for the show and did not get on aren't as successful as I am. And I think it's because they did not learn the number 7. They are all female.
I didn't follow all of that, but I will agree.
Incoherent, yeah.
That I also was not taught the number 7.
Fix your earphones a little bit.
Okay.
I can hear everyone else fine, but you just.
All right, go on, Gloria.
Saying, I feel like I went to school with so many women who now in their, modern life don't know about the number 7 because of the failure of the school system. You hear women all the time counting 4, 5, 6, 8, and they don't even get that joke. That popular kids joke, the 7, 8, 9 thing. That's how you can tell that they were not educated properly. They just don't know that popular joke.
I will take umbrage with the fact that you said not educated properly, because I took great pride in taking those children on my bus and not only taking them on a ride physically, but taking them on a ride intellectually.
Okay.
And to be honest, I didn't always teach 7 to girls.
Really?
I didn't.
Why is that? Why would you do that?
Well, I just figured at a certain point, you don't need all the numbers in your head. And I kind of thought of it as an asset to the girls because I'm clearing up space in your head. Okay, you don't have to worry about 7. Mm-hmm. What is 7? Why do we need to know 7? You know what I mean?
Wait, did you teach it to the boys or they also got the cleared out space thing?
Well, I taught some of the boys because they would bring it up about certain sports. They always had their sports statistics and whatnot. And the girls played sports as well, but the boys would get really upset with me about, there's 7 players on a field. And I just was like, all right, fine. I'll break down the numbers. We can start counting. But, the girls are very advanced and they didn't need to be bogged down by numbers. Do you know what I mean?
So you're saying it's not an issue of, restricting girls. It's more, it's a way of enabling them in their further life.
Yes. To think beyond numbers, to think beyond the arbitrary number. It freed their minds.
You know what I think of when I think of 7? I think of 7 minutes in heaven. And now I'm thinking that how are girls supposed to know exactly what they're getting themselves in for if they don't know the number 7?
Oh, right. That could be an infinite amount of time in the closet. It could be an infinite amount. Closet.
It reminds me of when I was on Sunset Beach.
Okay, and there's another story that we have to talk about.
Tried to get me into 7 minutes. Okay,
I can't hear
that story for another time.
It's for another time. Wonderful stories from Laura Honey. The New York Times. There's a New York Times editorial that came out very recently, asking, is it safe? Okay, is it safe to let your child play with the spooky little boy next door who's always talking about the way that you're going to die? Do we feel like that's an unfair thing to not let the spooky little boy have friends? I don't know.
I would like to chime in here and just
go for it.
Get it on record and say, I think that little boy needs to, first of all, not be labeled as this spooky boy and to be played with. I think.
But some little boys are spooky. They're very creepy. Like all the movies where they come out and they say, they're the ghost children with they got a real pale complexion and they kind of look deadish. There's some kids like that.
Ones. Yes, but they're the fun ones. Oh, they've seen, you can tell that they've met death in their eyes. Got a knowing. There's a knowing about those.
So
guys.
It is honest that they have met death, but why would you want your children to play with that?
Oh, because you can receive some of that otherworldly connection, in fact. And I think that more children who have seen and touched the other side have a sense about them and need to be spreading that to the other kids who have just lived in the current world.
I just don't want to be told how I want to die. I want it to happen by accident, so it's a fun little surprise at the end.
I understand where you're coming from, Gloria, but I also think that childhood is about experiences and having new experiences. And so I think if you cut your child off from having the experience of meeting a spooky boy, learning how they're going to die, they might never live up to their potential. You don't know what they need to have experienced to have all kinds of different things later on in life. For instance, getting cast in a reality show. Like, you never know what experiences are going to be important in that.
Well, I don't believe you for the last part of what you said, but the beginning of it without the reality show reference was great.
Okay.
That resonated. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep this moving along. The new trend in colleges is dating men with a rusty hook for a hand. I don't know. I feel like that's a good idea. That's great. I'm on board with this trend. Dating men with a rusty hook for a hand. I'm pro that.
Gloria, I love agreeing with you. I really do. I think it's good for us.
It happens so rarely. It's good. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I think that it's really important to not cut yourself off, with who you're going to date. And, you could have some really fun times with that man with a rusty hook for his hand.
Yeah, that's a serial killer waiting to happen, but it could also be just a mistaken, you see that creepy guy coming out from the woods with a rusty hook for a hand and you think he murdered somebody, but actually he was just out there trimming the brush with his hook hand, and that's how it got rusty. Well, right? Because they're wet. Trees are wet.
I hate to be the one to disagree here, but I mean, ladies, don't we have to be careful in the bedroom? And someone with a rusty hook hand. I just think that there's a lot of tetanus that gets involved, and I don't want tetanus involved in my sexual foreplay.
I feel like that you could get a glove. There's gloves, wrap the hook up in some sort of bandage situation, a lot of jeans, or put it on a shoe.
The dexterity of dexterous, fleshy fingers.
I think, I don't know. I feel like it's the 2020s.
Yeah.
Right. It really is. And things have changed a lot from 2020 to 2001. It's just a very different time.
It's such a different time.
So different.
In 2001, I think Frasier was on, right? And now it's not on.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And that's a loss. Yeah.
It's such a tragic loss.
Plenty of other shows that were on at that time that are not on anymore.
But like comedies that people respect and stuff.
Yeah, like important shows that were notable.
Or like an iconic show that was very important to teens.
I've had several teens in my home as children, and they never have mentioned that show.
No.
They must be older teens. Maybe you're very old.
No.
I spent a lot of time around the youth, driving them around and teaching them in my school bus. And I will say that not one of them ever mentioned or felt a connection to really any of whatever it is that you're talking about.
I didn't mention a thing. I didn't mention a thing.
Oh, that's rare for you not to mention.
We all know what you're mentioning.
Yeah,
though.
Oh my goodness.
coming.
Oh my goodness.
Mentioning.
Okay.
It's always coming.
Well, you never know who you can have a spicy night with, and that's why I endorse the hook.
I am agreeing with you on that point, and you're right. It is good for us to get along sometimes, because I feel like I often see you as an enemy when I really don't feel that way.
And I don't think we need to do that.
Yeah.
Trust me, I have had plenty of enemies both on and off screen in my
God.
life, and it never ends well.
It never ends well. Oh my God, so many enemies. I do love having an enemy, but it really messes with your heart. I've had so many heart attacks. I should get on Lipitor or something.
That would be good for you.
Lipitor is very good.
It's good, right? It seems like I've read several bottles and it seems like it's great, but I don't want to buy it.
You don't want to buy it?
Well, I feel like weird going up and asking for it. Oh, I need a guy. Do you have a guy?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Oh, you could always ask Alan.
Oh, that's right. Alan, our producer. Alan, can you get us some Lipitor?
Lipitor? What's Lipitor?
It's the pills for the heart.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's what you've sent me before, Alan. Just give that to Gloria.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wonderful. Good call on Beverly. And
Thank
Alan,
you,
for
Alan.
doing
What
your
would we do
job.
without you? Our hearts would explode. They do when I just think about you, though.
All right. Just a couple more things here. One more thing. Robert De Niro started a new foundation this week to raise money for the ghosts on the Titanic. Ghosts on the Titanic, which poses an interesting question. Do we owe anything to the ghosts from the Titanic? The ghosts that are on there on the Titanic, do we owe anything to them? We have benefited a lot from them. We got that movie, The Titanic.
We got that song.
The song Titanic.
And you know what?
Titanic will
I
go
often think about the sacrifices Jack Dawson made. And if he hadn't given the ultimate sacrifice of his life, you know, we wouldn't have had Rose. We wouldn't have had the movie that we all know and love and cherish that inspired us when we were in the early 2000s and working on the projects that we were working on in the early 2000s, and the love story that inspired as well. And I know you guys don't like me mentioning the show, but I have to say it inspired me while I was recording Sunset Beach. It inspired me, Jack and Rose's relationship. So
What are you saying?
That's a reality show. How is it inspirational?
Let me just go back to let me just finish.
It's just that it's like really confusing. It's like you've made a spaghetti of lines there.
So let me finish. My point is, if we don't pay respect to the ghosts, then Jack died for nothing. Even though I did get successful because of it.
Well, I really am shocked to be saying this, but I do agree. I do think that we need to be honoring the ghosts. Otherwise, what did Jack die for? I mean, Rose could have clearly put him on that little door with her, and she didn't.
I just feel like I have a lot of needs that somebody should be raising money for me for. Like, I have a really messed up library right now. I got a bunch of raccoons in there. They kind of ate all my books. I need some money to replace the books.
The raccoons got into your library.
The raccoons got into my library again.
You've got to close your doors and your windows. You keep your doors and windows wide open.
I do. Well, it's because I need the kids to run outside sometimes. If I light a fire by accident, they got to get out of there quick. So I got to leave the doors and windows open. Raccoons get in.
Then you have to close the Captain Crunch. You keep those boxes open on your library bookshelves.
Yeah, well, I like quick snacks. I can't be. I'm a busy lady on the go. I'm a busy businessman. I got to keep moving.
At least take all of the trash bags and put them in a trash bin. At least do that.
I take all the trash bags and put them into what?
In a trash bin. You keep your trash bags just loose about. I mean, that's what is attracting the rodents.
But, okay, so if I remove the trash bags, though, then where is naps happening?
Oh,
naps?
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I nap in a bed or on a couch or sometimes just in my big cozy chair. I just nod right off. Maybe try one of those. I mean, those are much more standard means of napping.
Well, I mean, I have this couch, but it's for company. It's for company. That's where company comes to have coffee in my house or to eat a fish or to play with a cat, you know. It's not for my personal use.
Those are great uses for a couch, and those are all uses for a couch. But I just would say you can also nap on a couch.
On my own couch? Are people
Sure.
doing this? Are people sleeping on their own couches?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Many people do. My in-laws always tell me that I should nap more because I have a baby 6-month-old, but I never got tired.
So you don't use your couch for naps?
Yeah. So
I don't actually,
what was your
but
contribution
I've been
to
told
that?
I should. I told I should. I've known it's there, but I don't get tired.
Napping is so great. Sometimes I just nap all day. Sometimes I wake up and then about an hour later, I nap on the couch.
Those
And
are
then
the best kind of naps. The
Those are the
timing
best
of the nap
kind.
sounds great. I just disagree on the place you're supposed to do it. I say trash nap.
But you know what? Who am I to say? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I would have a nicer time on a trash bag. Who am I to say?
There are some people in the chat that are agreeing with you. We got somebody saying, yes, couch sleep is good.
Oh,
Um,
see, I know.
So I don't know. I just feel like trash sleep is my number one.
Sun coming in from the windows, and it's that warm. Somehow it's warmer than regular sun.
Well,
Windows.
that's the thing with trash, though. It heats up faster than just like cloth bedding and stuff. That's why birds make nests, because it gets hotter in their little trash stuff.
Right. But
I
then
watch a lot of nature shows. I've been on a real nature show kick.
Do you have a lot of animals? We talked about fish and about cats before.
Well, I talked about fish because I invite people over to have fish. I've gotten really into cooking
yes.
fish. So I invite people to over. I call and I say, hey, want to come over? I made a fish. Do you want to eat it? I called you recently.
Do you purposefully not say the type of fish?
I purposely say that because I don't want people to, I want them to be surprised.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I do thank you for inviting me over for fish, but I did forget to tell you I'm vegan. It's actually very important to me.
Oh,
very important to me. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I only make exceptions for sushi. So.
You make exceptions for sushi. Is that what you said?
It is what I said. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess I won't invite you for fish anymore. I'll make carrots, a big bucket of carrots, and some lettuce, and maybe a bread.
Horse's meal.
A horse's meal.
Well, bread often is not vegan.
Who's not? Sorry, what did you say?
Bread.
Bread is not vegan?
Many times it is not. I know this because I am vegan, and it's so hard to find a good vegan bread.
Oh, all right. Well, you still get the carrots, you still get the lettuce, some water, a Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
That's not made from animals, and a can.
No, the dye in the Kool-Aid is probably made from animals. So
Okay. You could have ice cubes.
Oh, some ice cubes. Okay, yeah.
Ice cubes.
Or ice cubes.
Like what destroyed the Titanic?
That's an
Oh
iceberg.
my God! Right, wrapping it up. What a beautiful way to wrap it up. Just
It was a big ice cube. Oh yes, we do host a show, don't we not?
On that serendipitous note, I feel like we should invite our first guest into the show. We have some wonderful interviewees coming up.
Let our tummies settle from those spicy subjects.
Laura, who do we have first?
Yes. So joining us first, we have Mother Christmas, who is a single mother who has gotten a bad rap lately for the thousands of years in the ways that she has treated Christmas. So Mother Christmas is going to tell us her stories. Mother Christmas?
Is she here? Oh, very Christmassy reveal. Mother Christmas. Welcome to the show.
Ladies.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you so much for joining us. You are a single mother and you've gotten just such a terrible rap, I feel like.
I have, because I am Mother Christmas. Therefore, I am the mother of Christmas. You see, thousands of years ago, magic, whimsy, and tacky came into my womb, and then out through my birth canal, and Christmas was born.
Oh, that sounds so beautiful. That sounds amazing. That's
With a very
better than the
beautiful-
Bible version of, where it's, some lady ended up in
Absolutely.
a barn.
Inspiring.
You
And
said
I would love to set the record straight that I am a wonderful mother to Christmas, who I love very, very much. And Christmas is all around us. Christmas. You better sit your tacky red ass down while I do this interview.
Oh, wow. He's trouble. Is this is a child?
Christmas, I told you I was going to be on TV tonight. Now I'm on TV. Now, do you want me to whoop your ass in front of all these people on TV right now?
Sounds
Then
bad.
sit down before I knock you down. Okay?
yes.
Mother Christmas. I am just so beside myself. It is so hard to be a mother. Why would people say that you are a bad mother or treating
Well-
Christmas badly?
Well,
I
I
can't
am
see
the
it.
mother to a badass child is the problem with the thing. Don't feel sorry for him, ladies. Do not feel sorry for him.
No, of
Because
course
he's a
not.
duper. He is a duper. He'll dupe you out of every dime you have.
How old is
a
Christmas
thief.
now?
Well, Christmas is over 1,000 years old now.
Oh,
But he's still a
that's
badass
terrible.
child.
In
That is
human
terrible.
years, what is that, 15, 14?
Oh, it doesn't translate, honey.
Oh, it doesn't
Christmas
translate. There's no
is
math for
Not
it.
a one-to-one.
Not a
Yes,
math.
absolutely.
Okay.
Not a one-to-one. No.
The problem is that people work all year long making their money, and Christmas will come along and make them spend every red cent.
Mm.
Christmas will chop down every evergreen tree in the world if you let them.
This is like one of those little spooky children. Those one of the ones that I mentioned. The children that tell you how you're gonna die.
That's what I'm saying. He's married, but he ain't bright.
Oh.
Mother Christmas, do you let Christmas play with other children?
Oh, I don't let him, but he goes out all the time, putting up little lights on people's houses, running up their light bill to the sky.
That's who's doing it. I was wondering how all these lights appear a day after Thanksgiving. It's your son.
It's my damn son with
Oh
his
my
tacky
gosh.
red ass. Sit down.
Mother Christmas, I have to ask, will your son be getting any sort of a part-time job, or will he start to earn his keep, I mean?
Well, my hope is that I keep his tacky red ass in here before he turns the whole goddamn world red and green and gold and white. So I'm trying to protect you. And that's
Thank
why
you
I
so
get a bad
much.
rap, because people think that I'm being mean to him, but I'm really protecting you from his
Wow.
shenanigans.
Can I ask, Mother Christmas?
Baby, look, I made some cookies and cake for
Oh
you.
my gosh!
Oh.
Thank you so
Oh,
much,
yeah.
Alan. Do you think we can get
Thank you.
those from Mother Christmas's house over to our own individual houses
I
right
sure
now?
would love to send them right over
We
for
can try.
you
We
if
can
you'd
try.
like.
Alan is trying to
Mother
get those
Christmas,
over.
are any of those cookies vegan by chance?
They're not, honey. They're full of milk, fatty milk. Fatty milk.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
fine. It's
well,
Christmas,
I-
Laura. It's Christmas.
I won't be able to. I only make an exception for cheese. So
No, she ain't talking to you. She said, it's Christmas. She didn't call you.
I didn't mean to say their name. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to aggravate the situation at home.
I'm
Can
sorry.
I ask though, Mother Christmas, what is your relationship with Father Christmas? Because I feel like he's not getting as bad of a rep as you are. We're giving Father Christmas a pass, I feel like.
Well, the problem is that Christmas, well, we don't really know who exactly the father is. You see, it was magic, whimsy, and tacky that got together in my womb.
mhm.
I'm not sure which one made Christmas, but he seems to be a combination of all three.
Is this a Krampus situation or this is completely separate?
I'm not familiar with Krampus, sweetheart.
Oh, it's
I'm
a
the-
wonderful movie. It's a beautiful movie about a demon. Actually, I can't remember. There's a demon involved. I took a little nap.
what year did that come out?
That came out in 2016, 2017.
Oh, okay. Because I also haven't heard that movie, but I thought maybe it was from back when we were filming my reality show, and I was just so busy back then that I probably just passed me by.
Mother Christmas, you know everything. Have you heard of a show called Sunset Heights or Sunset
Sunset Beach.
Beach?
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have.
It sounds like a collection of things thrown together to sound like something that I would have heard of, but I have never heard of that.
Yeah,
Exactly right. That's
yeah, that
exactly
sounds exact. That's a perfect
Well-
log line for that show, I think.
yeah.
Well, Mother Christmas is the oldest of all of you, so it's very possible that it just.
Honey, I am immortal. You can't kill me, but you can kill my patience.
Mm.
Mother
Mother
Christmas.
Can you
I-
tell us? Do you have any tips for dealing with a rambunctious child. I have 3 teen boys, ages 13, 13, and 14. They drive me up the wall. It's a real tool time situation, but without a happy resolve at the end of the day. Do you have any, tips how do I manage a rambunctious child?
You whoop their ass, honey.
Oh, and that what is that? I throw a thing at.
You choose whatever you like, honey. You could use a cord. See, I like phone cord. This is old phone cord.
Oh,
and you could use a fan. I have my church fans. I go to church.
Of course.
A lot of people don't know this about me, but I am a soloist in the church choir.
Oh, wow.
So you're a working mom. You sing in the church.
You could sing for us?
Does it? Oh.
I can.
What is your favorite Christmas song? Yeah, Christmas hymn.
Well, I don't sing too much about this badass child in here, but I can sing you a solo that I'm singing on Sunday morning.
Ooh, I would love to see. I would love to hear it.
Okay, I can sing for y'all. Let me just invite the spirit in here.
Okay.
It goes like this. I say, shake, 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 shake the devil off. Shake, 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 shake the devil off. Shake, 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 shake the devil off. I said, in the name of Jesus, I'm going to shake the devil off. That's you. I'm talking about you, you little devil.
Oh.
Thank you, ladies.
Wonderful. Have you ever cut a demo? I feel like that was demo quality.
In all of my years, I have not, but they always do ask me to do solos on Sunday. They do.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And are you able to go to church consistently with your devil child, it seems?
He sure is a devil. See, they know you.
I'm getting the vibe.
They know you. I do try to get him in church sometimes, but it is very difficult because he is very, very rambunctious. I found him in Target the other day.
In Target?
At this time of year?
I was running around the city doing things, getting things together, and I was in Target. I got all my purchases together, ladies. I got to the front of Target, and the line was longer than life. Longer than life. And you want to guess why it was longer than life?
Is it Devil Christmas? Devil Christmas boy?
See that? They know you, and they didn't even mention.
He broke the registers, I would imagine. They can't do the credit cards.
Lord. Now, do y'all have children?
I do have my 3 rambunctious boys.
I have a 3-year-old boy named Jackson and a 6-year-old daughter, or 6-month-old named Yimali.
And do you whip their ass?
No.
You got to get in there.
I would say that I don't have children of my own, but I did drive around hundreds of children for many years. And I will say that a stern, either locking in a school bus or, a light shove from a school bus driver certainly does the trick. So
Beverly, that is a start, Beverly. That is a start.
I align with you on that.
With a shove.
Yeah.
And then
I don't. Right.
Pop. Yes.
I mostly have the nannies take care of the children. So if I slap them, they'd only know me as a slapper.
Your children don't know you as a slapper? Is that what you said?
I think she said her children don't know her.
Oh, your children don't know you.
Well, twist my words. If I see them, boy, have I talked myself into a corner here. I see them often. I see them often, but in very short windows of time. And if I slap them, they might only remember me as the slapper.
Are you in jail?
No. I'm very busy running my business.
You also had a hard time with their ages and names. So.
Exactly. I don't think that you are a good mother.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't like to judge other mothers, but I do think you're a bad mother. But that's like,
this is so confrontational.
No disrespect. Like, I don't mean to, I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't feel like you're a good mother.
Honey, do you smoke marijuana?
I did when I was in high school, but that was also because I was on a TV show and it was very stressful.
Thought that maybe you didn't take care of your own damn kids because maybe you had a marijuana problem or something like that. I'm not saying that's bad. I smoke.
Well, you can be yes, I was going to say you can be a great mother and smoke marijuana.
Oh, absolutely. I smoke all day long. People think this is the magic wand. It's a lighter. You see, this is just a lighter.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was a Harry Potter wand, but it's not at all.
See, you get your one hitter.
That's great.
No.
That's great.
Mother Christmas,
God, if you look at me, you better not.
Oh, he's back. The child is
I
back.
do have to ask Mother Christmas, how do you occupy yourself for the rest of the year? There've got to be some downtime when it's not Christmas time.
Mm.
Well, I hang out with my girls, much like this. I
Oh.
do like going out. I do like going out and finding gentleman callers.
Oh.
If you will.
Can we ask who your most premier gentleman caller has been? Because I'm sure you can pick up whoever you want.
Well, that's not true, honey, anymore.
Oh.
It used
Oh,
to be.
I don't believe it.
It used to be me and my girls, Caroline and Deborah. We would go out every Friday, Saturday night, and we come home with 3 or 4 gentlemen.
Oh,
3 or 4.
Sure.
You keep one upstairs, and then you rotate.
Yep.
You rotate. You rotate.
Oh.
I did a lot of ho-ho-hoing in my day.
Oh, that's good. I get that. That's like the Christmas. Do you guys get that? It's like like H-O, H-O, H-O. It's like that.
I
didn't
think I
until
got it.
Oh my God.
Just
That's so
explained
I'm
it,
getting
and
utensils
I got
out of
it.
my mouth.
Oh
Getting
no.
utensils out of my mouth while I'm talking to the lady.
It's like every time you get happy, he comes out and ruins
Right.
it. That's what I'm seeing.
It
Like,
is
every time
very
you get
true.
happy.
It is very true. I feel like every time. No, you're not hungry. If you was hungry, you was ate that popcorn that you were putting on strings earlier. That's what you would have been eating, is that popcorn. Put another piece of popcorn on a string. Put another piece of popcorn on a string and see what happens to you.
Ooh, I want to see what happens. I hope he puts another popcorn on that string.
No, that's another thing that Laura could have at your place, is popcorn, part of her vegan.
Oh, except
I
no
could-
butter. No butter.
So like just dry.
Just
Corn.
dry.
The dry
Give it
popcorn, a
kernels.
little salt, a little truffle salt.
I mean, again, it's horse food, so give her horses.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Okay. So
Well-
I think that would be in a horse trough. Corn, an apple, and some hay.
This sounds like a lovely time to bring out our next guest.
Okay.
Mother Christmas, would you mind staying around and meeting our next guest with
I'll
us?
hang out, honey. I ain't got nothing to do tonight.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful. Our lucky day.
You.
Wonderful. So our next guest is joining us. And this is going to be Princess Brown Hair. She's a teen girl who had made headlines earlier this year, much like I did in the early 2000s, when she discovered the horrifying truth about her past, which was hidden from her by the people that she thought were her parents.
Oh my
I don't know if you
gosh.
heard about this, but everyone, let's please give a warm welcome to Princess Brown Hair.
Welcome.
Princess
Brown Hair. Oh my gosh, it's her.
Who
It's
got
her.
brown?
Princess Brown Hair.
Hello.
Princess Brown
Brown
Hair.
Hello. Thank you.
Tell
Thank you for
us.
having me. Yes, I am a princess, and I'm being held against my will in a disgusting ranch-style home in a place called Nebraska by a boring old couple named Keith and Susan Morton, who are claiming to be my parents.
How did you get there, Princess Brown Hair?
I know that I used to live in a tower. I don't know when, but I know that I did. And then at some point they took me from the tower that my real parents put me in.
Is you real?
I'm real.
Oh my goodness. Can we help her?
we should help.
Do you
Princess
do you
Brown
know?
Hair. How did you find this out? How did this come to your knowledge?
Well, I have a drawing of my real parents. This was from a storybook that I found when I was a child in the library.
You're moving it weird.
I see.
Oh, I
See-
see.
Oh,
Okay.
I see it.
See, this
The
is
way
me
that-
in the tower. It looks just like me, right?
It looks just like you.
It does.
These are not my
sound like-
parents.
Well, and why would you have that piece of artifact if it wasn't true?
Right. Someone must have written about my princess life.
So, do
And
you
knew that
remember
picture-
like what your how has every day in your life been until this point?
Well, I don't remember much about this life. See, I was a little girl in this picture. But my life now is very bad.
Oh, are they abusing you? Do you get no food?
No, they make me eat things like casserole and hot dogs. When I know that those aren't princess foods, you
Those
know?
aren't princess food. Princesses eat giant roasted pigs.
They did a lot
Or
of
maybe
berries.
just
A lot of
a light
berries.
salad. They
I
might
would
like
love-
a light salad.
I would love to eat that.
Yeah.
You're just being fed normal girl food, like just some Nebraska kid that
Like a
shucks
kid-
corn. They come into their house for a ham sandwich. That's what you're getting.
Mm.
Oh my
Princess
gosh.
Brown Hair, do you have any photos of yourself from when you were a little girl, aside from the one that you?
I have this photo from
Just
when I was
that.
yeah.
And
when I was
nothing
little.
else?
One? That's the same one. There's not another one.
There's not
Well,
enough.
I was taken from the tower where I imagine my other photos were. See,
Around the house that you're in now in Nebraska,
yes.
are there pictures on the wall, and are you in them?
Oh yes.
Oh.
Ever since the age of 5 or 6, they've taken photos of me and called me their daughter. But
But no
What?
baby ones? There's no baby ones?
Is she real? This is crazy.
And
She
it
is-
seems
she is
grotesque.
real.
It seems very grotesque.
there
You know,
are
this kind of thing
baby.
happens though in America all the time. These kids get snatched up. So it stands to reason that some kid gets snatched up from a castle in, I guess, Britain or Spain or Germany. One of those old castles gets snatched up and then forced to live in Nebraska.
There are baby photos, but the baby doesn't have brown hair like this girl, me.
You
So
think they
it
switched
must-
out? They switched out the pictures?
Yes, I think it's photos of a different baby. And my mother, Susan, has red hair, and my father, Keith, has no hair.
Oh,
Oh,
Listen.
you're-
How would they have a child with brown hair?
that's
I don't
impossible.
know.
That's not genetics wise. That's not possible. I think it has to be like
honey,
Yeah.
listen, we can't come get you, but what you could do is, this is what I would do if I was you. I would run as fast as I could into the hardest wall I could find,
Oh,
knock myself out.
oh,
Then they
okay.
have to take you to the hospital, honey. Then you could get out.
that's a
Oh, and
really
then-
good idea.
Then
I
maybe
would
my
run as fast as I could into the hardest wall I could find and knock myself out. That's
and
what
then maybe my real
I
parents
was you.
would come for me, or a prince would rescue me from this place.
What would you prefer? Do you prefer a prince coming to rescue you? I know that's very important to princesses. Or do you want to go back to your original parents?
Well, I think they put me in the tower to keep me from a bad woman,
A witch, a sort of a witch kind of
or
thing.
maybe a witch. Yes.
Or a stepmother of some sort.
And it was their intention to rescue me when the witch had died, or if a prince found me first. And honestly, I would prefer a prince maybe at this point.
Well, how old are you now? Are you prince age?
I'm 14. I don't know.
So yeah, that's
Certainly
right.
prince
That's,
age,
yeah.
yeah.
That's Snow White. I think was that age when the guy came and took her out of the sleep.
I feel ready to be wed to a prince, of course.
I assume your,
Oh, I
your parents aren't letting you date right now.
Well, no, and none of the boys in my grade are princes.
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think
Well,
so.
have you tried talking to your parents about this? Maybe.
Yes, they say no, Samantha. They call me, but
Oh,
sometimes
goodness.
Sam. What? I'm not a mechanic. Why would they call me?
No,
a
that's
man's
clearly a
name?
name you shortened down for a lady that does hard labor jobs.
Disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. It's very disrespectful.
But they say that I am their baby. You know that they birthed me and raised me from baby. But we know that this can't be true.
Because you found the picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so how did you come upon that photo? I would imagine it would have been hard to find, that your so-called parents would have tried to hide it from you. How did you get your hands on it?
Well, it was in a storybook in a library, and I ripped it out when I saw that it was me.
That's from a full book.
Yes, I couldn't read at the time, and the rest of the book didn't seem important. But this is me.
I mean, how perverse that your so-called parents would have written a story about the terrible kidnapping that they had committed, called it a kid's story, and gave it to the local public library. I mean, that is grotesque.
But that's the way of the country now. You know, people get these insane ideas in their head and they're just like, I want to take a royal baby. Because, you know, The Crown is out right now. Princess Di movies are happening all the time and people get obsessed with reality. They're just out there snatching princesses.
You know, if I could say something that might be controversial, but speaking as somebody who was in her teens had a life that you might equate to being a princess.
Was that many years ago?
Yeah, not so long ago, maybe about 15 years ago or so.
Oh, you look much older.
Okay, well, I'm all I'm saying is that like I would have died to have just a normal life, just with normal parents and like just low, like away from the limelight. And so like maybe in some ways, if you enjoyed the simple life, it could be better than being a princess. Because honestly, I was kind of a princess. It looked like I was a princess back then, and it wasn't all great.
I don't know.
This is
related at all.
Your own damn kids. It seemed like you kind of still a princess today, if you ask me.
I like you, Mother Christmas.
Well,
you you could have been stolen from Mother Christmas's home. Mother Christmas is, an all otherworldly being.
It wouldn't have been me. It would have. Where did this child go? Lord Jesus. It could have been Christmas. He's everywhere.
Is Christmas
every year?
Is Christmas a prince?
No, he's not no damn prince. Don't say that. They already sing enough songs about him. Don't go call him in no prince. He do blame a lot of his behavior on Jesus, though. He'll do something and then say, oh, no, this is for Jesus. No, this ain't for Jesus. This is for Christmas.
Rambunctious little boy.
Maybe if Princess Brownhair and Christmas met, maybe they could both make each other happy. I don't know. Maybe it would be a solution.
I feel like you can't always just be looking for the happy, solution. Sometimes there's just an end to the story and the building blows up or whatever. Like there's tragic endings. You get all your organs taken out and sold on the black market. You don't come back to life.
Not on the shows I've been on. On the shows I've been on, we go to Teen Vogue. That's a happy ending.
You go to Teen Vogue. What about Breaking Bad?
Yes, Breaking Bad. What about it?
It ended super sad.
Well,
right?
I think that show came out when I was very busy working on my own show.
I mean, listen, life is complicated, okay? Sometimes.
I don't think so. I remember that show. I don't remember your show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one remembers her show. I watched it and I don't remember her show.
Mm-hmm.
This is a shady lady. Beverly is shady. Y'all need to watch out for Beverly.
Listen, I had to deal with hundreds of thousands of children when I drove them to and from their homes to school. And sometimes not to anywhere. I would just keep them on my school bus. And sometimes I lost them. To be honest, I lost many kids in that time. And you have to just
would stank. I bet your clothes was always stank with all them children.
Right.
Beverly, is it possible that maybe Princess Brownhair was on your bus once and maybe you dropped her off at the wrong place?
Listen, I have a keen eye for royals. A keen eye for royals.
Well, she wouldn't have been wearing the crown, though. I think would you have been wearing the crown?
Where did you get that crown?
I think I came with the crown.
You came with it?
Yes. I found it in the bottom of a toy chest one day. I think my parents removed it from me, but they didn't hide it very well.
These are your parents or your parents?
My parents, I think, removed this crown. But this is this crown that I found in a hidden chest.
I used to rummage through the kids' backpacks when we would be parked. And I have to say that I would pull up a lot of interesting, a kid had a scepter. Another child had a lot of rocks that he looked like he was polishing into some sort of weapon. You know what I'm talking about? So it's quite possible that your parents could have removed your crown and hidden it from me for many years. Where did you come upon your crown?
Oh, in the attic. In the attic.
Oh, because I thought you said it was just a toy chest.
It was a toy chest in the attic.
Okay. My lawyer brain is just thinking right now, and I'm trying to find the right solution. Of course, I'm not allowed to practice law.
Where was your mother?
What was that, Mother Christmas?
Where was your mother?
My mother?
Where is she?
Well, I don't know, but she has little pointy feet. If any of your viewers know a woman with little pointy feet.
And if they do,
so
should they call you?
This is...
Yes. You can call me at... well, I'm on Facebook at Princess Brown
You
Hair.
can call her on Facebook.
I'm
You just
talking
go ahead and
Yeah,
call her.
call her.
Princess Brown Hair. I'm not talking about that mother. I'm talking about the mother that's in there pretending to be your mother. Where is she? Can we talk to her?
Where is she? Where is she?
Well,
So
they
I would
don't.
love to find out what's going on.
They're
We have a
asleep.
mother here to sort everything out for you.
They're asleep. They don't know I'm doing this.
We could go mother to mother.
I want to see this happen. I want to see this fight go down.
They're sleeping. I can't. They don't know. They don't know I'm looking for
You're
my real
sleeping in
parents.
the daytime
Yes,
Is it a couch sleep? Because
or a
that'll,
trash sleep?
that'll get you.
it's a trashy bed. That's all I know.
Oh, a combo. It's like the
Whoa,
couch
we
bed
didn't think
situation.
about that.
We didn't think about that.
No,
You learn something new every day.
That's right.
And that's a great way to end this on a happy note. This interview with Princess Brown here. I guess if you are her parents, call her on Facebook. If you know her
Presumably you're a
parents,
king or a queen,
If you're a
probably. So
yeah.
think about if you lost a princess.
you should think about that before you call. Acknowledge whether or not you're a king or a queen. Then
Or
you
a
call
prince.
Facebook or a prince. Then you
Or a
call
prince.
Facebook. And I guess she'll answer that call or text message on Facebook. Is that how Facebook works? I don't use it because I'm so young. I just do TikToks.
You can call through Messenger.
Okay, interesting.
You're older than me.
Well, but I keep it young. I like to skateboard. I like to play
Cool.
jacks. I like to download new computer games.
You don't like to watch reality shows.
No, I don't like to watch reality shows because that's an older person thing to do, to watch reality shows about.
A lot of teens watch reality shows, actually.
I think a lot of teens watch YouTube now. It's like it's a YouTube thing.
I should start a YouTube. Maybe my
should
parents.
start yes,
You
should
should
start a YouTube.
start a YouTube.
You should start a YouTube. I can have you on my channel. I have a lot of guests from a lot of different places. So.
Thank you, old women.
Well, there's one
Adults.
old woman and then some very youthful. Keep it young, ladies.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm fine being old. That's fine.
Well, I am keeping it young. I'm going to say I'm always as young as I've ever been.
That's right, honey. That
Thank
is
you.
right.
Mother Christmas, we should hang out more. I feel like we would have a
Sure.
great time.
I'm telling you, I've got cookies and cake just waiting for you here.
Ooh. I can't eat the cookies, but I would love to hang out.
That sounds great, honey. Come on over, but bring your kids so they can occupy Christmas's ass.
And that's
I would
great.
love to.
Right.
That's great. And on that note, I think that's our show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you to our wonderful guest host, Beverly Peppers, Princess Brown Hair. We hope you find your family or your loving prince. And Mother Christmas, oh my gosh, good luck with that rambunctious son of yours. May the odds be ever in your favor, quoting Hunger Games there.
Thank you, honey.
And I think that's all we have. Laura, we'll be back soon. Right?
We'll be back soon.
My best friend and my best enemy, my best gal pal. I love you, Laura.
Oh, I'd love to hear you say that, Gloria.
Okay, didn't return it as
She didn't
usual.
say I love you.
She didn't say it. Yeah, weird thing for her to
What? I'm sorry. I was looking at myself.
do. Oh, it's okay. The show's over.
Okay.
You made your peace now.
Do you know where your children are?
Ask to go find them.
You should find them.
They're gonna get stolen. They're gonna get stolen.
Princess Brown Hair was stolen, so.
Princess, come on over here. I'll give you some tips.
She might be in jail, Princess Brown Hair. Just FYI, we can't figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I might. Yes, I might be. But goodbye.
All right, now y'all be good.
Thank you. Help me.